Nice day to talk baseball in Alabama. Look at that. Video bombing right at the top of the show on national television.
Wave,
all
guys.
Over
Say
it.
Hi.
On national television.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Hope your wife knows where you're at. Hope your wife knows where you're at. She knows now.
Some good Fair Harbor on you. Braun, Pierzynski, Kratz with you. We're excited for some good guests later today, so we look forward to that. We'll hit some good stuff at the top. I want to do my shout-outs again because we're not going to have time for all of these. I was telling AJ about Bryce Terang. Kratz, do you know how many home runs he has this month? You probably heard me already.
11?
Maybe not. 9. Do you know how many home runs he had entering this month?
Like 3?
6. And the prior 2 years, it was 6 and 7 homers. So he's done more damage this month, basically, than his entire career. That's cool. I mean,
sometimes it just clicks, Scott.
He does a lot of other things well. If he's got pop now.
He's leading the charge for the Brew Crew. That's why they got the best record in baseball. One of many reasons. They can pitch, they play defense, and they can swing it a little better than people give them credit for. And they have a little more pop, I think, than people. How many homers does Christian Yelich? Christian Yelich almost has 30, doesn't he? 28 or 29?
Contreras has really picked it up.
Contreras has picked it up.
That's why when you look at that
Andrew
home run
Vaughn
number,
is King Vaughn.
Yeah, when you look at the home run number for the year, I mean, you're probably better off looking at it, say, in the second half or over a shorter period of time to see what that looks like. So props to Bryce. Best trade pickup so far. I've got a name for you.
Bryce, best. I mean, Andrew Vaughn's got to be high on the list.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Around the deadline. I wasn't thinking about that, but you're right. Ramon Laureano.
Oh, yeah. He's had a hell of a year.
Grand slam yesterday. Kratz, he's been insane for them. He's got, I think, almost a 700 slugging percentage in the last few weeks since he joined them. That's good.
And
that'll play.
And now he's going to screw around and get at bats against righties. They're not pinch hitting for him when they bring a righty in. Like, somehow they have Ramon Laureano and Gavin Sheets in the same lineup, and they're mixing in O'Hearn at bats. Like, it was a huge pickup. That Glam yesterday, woo-wee.
Yeah.
Slam Diego.
Oh, it was a good game. We'll get to it later on. And then one more. This is going to lead into our first topic. Do you know who returned yesterday and looked really good? Starting pitcher was badly needed for this team this year. Yeah, Kyle Bradish had 10
but I mean,
outs.
it's too little too late.
I know. I'm just saying, good to see him back on a
back. I saw
personal level, on an individual level.
Thursday, and he was
you saw him?
Yeah, he was in the locker, and he was excited to be able to pitch this year.
Bradish, Trevor Rogers, your 1-2 punch.
If Grayson comes back,
Grayson comes back, I'd still pick up a starter or two in the offseason.
Well, duh.
But anyway, welcome back to him. Shigano will be a free agent again.
Eflin, he gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see. They'll have
Dean
some work
Kramer.
to do. Hopefully they take it seriously this time around. And someone else is back. Let's charge the mound.
Charging the mound.
It had been 100 games. Yordan Álvarez returns for the Astros. 0 for 2, couple walked in his first trip to the plate. That doesn't matter. He's back. And he was raking for his several games in the minor leagues. Do I even ask the layup how big this is for them?
We know. You already know. You don't. The fact that it's our opening salvo on the show tells you how big it is for the Astros. Then when they get Jake Myers back, I don't think Paredes is probably coming back this year because his hamstring tear pull was a lot worse than they mentioned. It's like Sean Casey style, but it doesn't really matter. It's his presence in that lineup. His presence in the lineup changes a lot of things. Yes, I know they lost yesterday. It was one game, but it's just a different lineup because they don't have that lefty thumper when he's not in there, and they're very right-hand heavy. Now he's back. They have the lefty thumper to break up the righties, what you need.
By the way, Kratz, Paredes is still hinting at a comeback because he chose not to go with surgery and to rehab it to give that outside chance of returning. So I'm just throwing that out there. He's apparently been putting stuff out on socials. On Monday, a couple days ago, he reposted a friend's photo of the news of his season-ending injury on his Instagram story with the caption, "Coming soon, stronger." Paredes.
That's great. I mean, it's great for the Astros, but I don't know. I mean, you got to make sure you're back. Is 80% of Isaac Paredes better than 100% of whoever else they're going to put out there? I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe big pinch hit. Are we going to see a Kirk Gibson at bat off the bench? Isaac Paredes pull hooks one into the Crawford boxes in the playoffs? He has the ability to. They got to make it first. They got to make it, and they really need – they're not going to get that bye, but they really need to be able to have their ducks in a row because of the fact that their bullpen is much shorter. But we're not talking about playoff chances. We're talking about Yordan Álvarez.
Okay, so your lineup, Fangraphs against righties. Jeremy Pena leading off.
Great year.
Carlos Correa in the 2 spot.
Hot since he got to Houston.
Yep. Jose Altuve in the
Hall
3 spot. DH. Yordan Álvarez or Yordan DH and Jose in the outfield, whatever they're doing there. By the way, I mean, Yordan, you're pretty much going to DH, right?
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah. Or you would hope he mostly DHs. Christian Walker.
Yep, he's been better.
He has been better. Jesus Sanchez after the offer.
Now he got 5 hits a game. I did last week.
Yep. Niner Diaz. Good hitting catcher in the 7th spot.
Him and Caratini.
And Caratini, yeah.
Kind of a wash.
And then Dubon and Melton. It's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah. When's Jake Myers come back?
I don't know his timetable.
Because he's having a great year.
He was Rake Myers. And then I know they lost yesterday to the Rockies 6-1. But you've got Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez, if you catch him in a good time period, which is usually the case up until recently.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about this team with Yordan?
I think they're better. They're still in first place somehow, which is the crazy thing. They're just hanging on to first place. It's like everyone's like, oh, the Mariners are just going to blow past them. And it hasn't happened.
Mm-mm.
So, it's like every time the Astros are 2 up in the loss column still.
They keep losing at the same time.
That's what's funny. They win the same time, they lose at the same time, right? So, how do I feel about it? I mean, I think they're going to get in. Now, the question is if they win the division, then they got to play some other teams. They lose that bye. Their pitching's a little short with the bullpen especially. I don't know. But Houston, I'm not ever counting out Houston until someone buries them. That's it.
They're not buriable. They're not going to be buriable, especially with Yordan. That's a great lineup on paper. But you take Yordan out of that lineup, why was this team in such a funk offensively? Were they trying to do too much? Is it something that, this is their window, they have to win here and they're just not able to get it done? Is it too much pressure because they don't have – who knows? Teams go through slides during a year. But when you talk about that lineup compared to other lineups in the American League, it's got to be one of the better ones. That's why they're in the position that they're in. But this team is going to go as far as their lineup takes them. So this last month of the season, month and a half, they're going to have to really show what they have and win a lot of 7-6 ball games.
Yordan Álvarez is by far their best bat, their most clutch bat. Such a danger in the playoffs. They didn't have him for 100 games.
I know, but here, I disagree with what Kratz said. Their lineup doesn't. This team will go as far as their bullpen carries them to, because of the way with Hader out and the way their bullpen Abreu is being used now. So to me, it's not as far their lineup takes them; it's how far their bullpen and how many outs can Joe Espada steal from the starters to save the bullpen at some point.
Okay, but I think the bullpen's going to need to be in there, and there's going to be some runs that have to be scored to back those guys up. They have to be able to tack on those extra runs. I'm not saying other teams don't, but the Padres have 2 bullpen nights. They have 3 to 4 guys that then they can roll out the next night and run 3 to 4 guys out there. Obviously, we're talking about extremes, a team that just lost one of the best closers in the game in Hader, and now their bullpen is shrunk to the team that has all bullpen in the Padres. So that's the extremes. But this offense has to be able to keep whoever the long relief guy, I'm not sure who's getting the bulk innings, the long relief innings out of that pen. They're going to need to be able to keep the lead to the point where Espada feels like I can keep that guy out there.
Yeah, bullpen's a problem.
That's what I'm saying. To me, it's more important. I mean, the lineup can break all you want, but if you can't hold leads, it doesn't matter.
Especially in the playoffs. Bennett Sousa's hurt and shut down for a couple weeks. I think he's a week into that right now, too.
They've used those guys. They've rid those guys pretty hard.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see. But Houston's still there at the top. And they get their big boy bat back. They might have to slug their way to some wins. Coming up next, we'll focus on the Red Sox. Real takes, unfiltered, from Kevin Millar next on FT. FT fam, welcome to the world's most comfortable swimwear. For a moment, we are talking about Fair Harbor. We actually have some show and tell today. This is the liner that you're working with inside of the shorts and the bathing suits.
You know what the best part is about this, Scott?
What?
They have a lot of different options because these are clearly yours because I would never order this pattern, but
that
they
is
look
so
great
me.
on you.
That is so me.
These are so you. Mine are a little bit more plain than this.
Yes.
But they are super comfortable. The liner, I love liner shorts. Some people don't. But these liners are better than most that I've had on, if not all of them.
Yeah, this is the best liner out there.
No mesh. All of the above is perfect.
Exactly. It's really good. You got to give it a shot. Also, fun random fact, you get a new shirt. It smells really good. So head to fairharborclothing.com/FOUL and use code FOUL for 20% off your first purchase. Once again, fairharbor, HARBOR clothing.com/FOUL for 20% off your first purchase and use that promo code FOUL so they know FT sent you.
Smells good too.
I stand by that. Fair Harbor shirts smell fantastic. I'm serious. They smell different. It's like the SEC. It's just different. Clayton Kershaw looking like he might be a postseason starter for the Dodgers. He might mess around and start a playoff game for them, right, guys? I mean, AJ, sub-2 ERA in August, 5 innings, 1 run against Cincinnati, 3.06 ERA on the season. Is he starting a playoff game?
Right now he is, but let me explain something to you. We had a whole talk with multiple people on the Dodgers about Clayton Kershaw on Saturday. You know what they said he does? It's kind of like when I kept talking about Jason Alexander. He kind of throws under the hitting speed, but he knows – it's like when Maddox – we've talked to Maddox earlier, and when he comes on, when we run his interview,
you'll have him on. Yep.
His whole thing about, like, I knew where to put the ball, and I knew how to pitch. Well, that's what Kershaw does now. He knows how to throw that big curveball. He can backdoor the slider. He can back foot the slider, and then he runs a 90 up there at the top of the zone, and people swing and miss at it because they're not ready for it. But he knows how to pitch. He's just good at what he does. He's one of the best of all time for a reason. I don't care how hard he throws. He's Clayton freaking Kershaw. He's good.
You have to, Kratz, when you've got the stuff like that these days.
Can we stop having the surprised voice that Scott had when he was like, Clayton Kershaw, he did good. I mean, is he a playoff? No, I don't think he's starting that for them right now in a game because you want to have Snell, Glasnow, and Yamamoto. So I don't think he's starting unless they get to a game 7. I think he's not starting before those 3 guys. If they need a 4th guy, he's the guy. But let's stop being surprised. Clayton Kershaw does this every year he's on the mound.
We've got 04 champ Kevin Millar here.
Can we still say that?
Yeah, because that's just the intro.
But they've won so many, though, since.
No, you can still say it, AJ. When you're just a teammate of those great players, you can say that when you're not the good player. So, 04 champ. Continue on. Thank you, Scott.
How would you want to be introduced?
It's like an 05 champ.
Yeah, but
see their rings?
But the difference.
The rings were this big. I'm like, come on, bro. 05 champs, you guys got to have monsters.
But here's the thing. The difference is the Red Sox have won since then. The White Sox haven't won anything since then.
You're right. I didn't think about that.
The White Sox have one thing to hang on to.
Sorry, Bronny.
I would like to see the rings side by side, though.
No, you don't.
No,
that.
I would like to.
Every ring's great, but it looked like my St. Paul Saints 1993 inaugural season when Leon Durham was my teammate. We have a Saints, and then you had the 05, the White Sox. When Ozzie would sit there and go, steal! All right, I guess they're going, dude. Tech, they're going.
Okay,
Slider in the dirt, safe.
Hey, we swept the.
Not a big deal.
We swept the Red Sox here.
It was your year.
We tried hard, didn't we?
Yeah, you guys. Matt Clement game 1 helped us a lot. Thank you.
Poor Matty's at home like, man, AJ's so mean.
I know. He gave up 5 in the first.
I know what you guys did. It was very, very sad.
And you got thrown out a third going to second to third. I don't know what you were thinking.
I had 8 bags in 12 years, AJ. Be
careful. Sneaky. All right, so do they have a chance this year, the Sox? The Red Sox?
Honestly, God, Bronny, I was there last week, and I looked at. You have 10 teams that can win the World Series. There's 10 dudes. We can sit right here, all pick. It's awesome. I think the parity of baseball is awesome right now. Sox are good. They're not like fake good because you have Crochet. Like when you have a stopper
and a closer.
And and Chapman's still throwing 102, by the way, who looks amazing, by the way. We got in the elevator. I'm like he's handsome. His waist is about 28. Shoulders are like, but they have that. They have this. They have a bunch of dudes that know their role. Their young bloods are mature. Now it's a matter of who's going to be rolling the rock the last 3 weeks of the season. So, yeah, they could win the World Series. They really can win the World Series. And if I was to ask you, who's your favorite right now today to win the World Series?
For me,
I pick a National League team.
Right now, I would pick a National League team. I think the National League's better than the AL.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now, I'll go Padres.
I'll still take the Dodgers.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's probably who I would lean on. People want to sleep and hate on the Dodgers because of that. Are you betting against them? That's all I ask.
Yeah, no.
Everybody Deputy, hey, I got the Mariners. I'm like, right now for $1 million, your house is on the line. You're not betting against the Dodgers.
Well, let me give you a side part of this, though, because before the season, there were many people I spoke to that said, if I had Dodgers or the field, I'm taking Dodgers. Do you feel that way? You want the whole field or the Dodgers? I'll take the field.
I would take the field right now for that. Yeah, you're right. That one will take the house in the field. But still, it's still a scary bet because if Mookie's on fire, which you kind of start seeing it, Freddie Free's Freddie Free.
Mm-hmm.
Otani's weird, like he does everything awesome. And then you still got a staff that's going to be healthy. I mean, Andrew Freeman's smart, dude. They don't want to play great in July and August. They want to hear all the little stuff. They're 8-17, but come September, they're going to be lined up. You have Snell, you have this. Glass now throwing 100 for 3 innings. It's the same thing.
You're all on in the Red Sox. Would you have said this when Rafi Devers got traded? Would you have said, man, they just made the greatest move ever. Look at who we got back, and the Red Sox are better now.
So you want to be honest, like Jared Krabs, I told him, you're wrong. He was blasting the front office. I was 1,000% in on this. 1,000%. Because if you're not, it's not rocket science, bro. I paid you $305 million. I want you to play some third base. I want you to play some first base. So that day you signed your contract, AJ, it's the happiest day of your life. 13 years, I've set you up for generation of what changes other than ego and money, other than information from who? Your agents, we're all become this weird. You're a ball player, bro. I need you to play third for us right now. Tristan Casas went down. I need you to play first for us right now. It's on me. I'm not asking you to be a Gold Glover. Frank Thomas played first. Johnny played first. Millar played. It's okay. So that's where I have a problem. I don't care who we get. And you know what we got? $260 million back to extend Bregman, who's a ball player, right? So I love Rafi. He's a nice kid, but something happened. Something happened. It wasn't like that before I signed that deal. So I always say money and fame change dudes, right? Go back to you. You were like this young kid trying to play in the big leagues. Booth Bonzer and Joe Nathan?
Yeah, Liriano too. Don't forget
Liriano, you're 05 champ now. You got a headset on. You're out here. You're like famous now. But what changes? Why can't you become the same guy? That's what I always say to guys. Stay who you are.
Yeah.
Be a good dude. Be a good teammate. And the game will take care of you. It wasn't turning that, and look what happened. Now you're going to head west. Good luck. And, Buster, and listen, they need offense. Perfect storm. They did a great job because he is offense. But all of a sudden you saw the Red Sox become a team.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion.
What do you think they're a better team without him? Do you think they would be a better team if you still had an aircraft carrier, Rafi Devers, in that lineup? That changes how you're even focusing on this lineup and trying to navigate it as an opponent.
But look what it's done. It's opened up. You had Yoshida but he's sitting over here, can't throw. He only can hit. He can't DH because you won't go play a position. So you clogged up the scene. So you said the team. Yeah, they're a better team. Players don't win championships. Teams win championships. End of story. You need good players, but everybody's good in the big leagues. I don't care who you are. That's what people forget. I always want to talk about this, 2 or 3 stars and everything, but AJ wasn't a star.
Bull crap.
He wasn't a star.
He
was a good player.
I was in my own mind. That's all that matters.
And that's what we all are. We all are. But I'm saying at the end of the day, like Mike Piazza's a star, and Barry Bonds is a star, and whoever's a star. Teams win championships. It's not so. Yeah, dude. Devers. They were in last place. 3 of the 4 years when he was hitting third. And I'm not putting this all on Devers, by the way. I'm just giving you examples and factual stuff. That he is a great player, but this year something happened. Whether he got bummed out with ownership, whether the Bregman thing wasn't communicated to, I get all that. But it's got to release.
2 things. First of all, when I played for the Bananas not long ago, I was a star.
You were.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when I do city
you
cruises,
great in yellow,
when I sell out city cruises like you, we're stars.
We had 14 people there. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had.
My
I did
mom,
one on
my
Sunday.
aunt.
We had 700 people on this boat. I thought the thing was going to sink. And by the way, don't tell me money when it changed. If you would have signed a Juan Soto deal, you'd be flying around and
I would have a jet.
Instead of jumping on everyone else's jet, you'd have your own jet that you'd be picking up.
I'm the most
people.
generous poor guy there is. I'm a fake rich guy, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm very generous. And some of these rich dudes with planes, like, yeah, help the poor. That's part of my deal.
Yeah, you'll hop on.
Bronny, I'm
Exactly.
gonna get you on the show. How'd you get out here? Middle seat?
Yeah, he was. Middle
Me
seat.
too. Went out a
Me?
delay and 3 hours.
No,
There's
If
no
you-
way.
if
You
you
couldn't find someone
grind-
to fly
Couldn't
you?
find one person.
If you grind, though, you get the upgrades. If you put in enough flights, you get the
I'm
upgrades.
always
That's the
jockeying
thing.
for like
You don't.
elbow space in the middle seat, like, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. It's mine too.
But 1-5. If you take too many jets, you don't get any points for that. You don't get status for that.
That's like
That's
cost
the
me
thing.
$787 for every commercial flight now. I don't have any points.
That's
Friends
the
fly
problem.
free.
Mm.
You pay the price
the rich
eventually.
guys at Iowa, like you're not the rich guy, or like
Oh,
you
I'm
got
the poor
rich
guy at Iowa.
No, you got the rich guy. He's over at Jordan. Look at, I got the shoes there.
Yeah, I'm poor guys at those places. See, it's nice to be the poorest guy at the club because then, like you said, everyone takes care of you, and they feel bad for you. So they look at you and say, "Oh, you don't have a plane. I have 3. Can I fly you somewhere?" It works out great.
He
Wait.
rolls with them high.
Hi, he does.
My
You both
club's
do.
30 grand a joint. Theirs is like $1 million. Hi, how much is your joint? $1 million. And you gotta know Michael. Sounds good, AJ. I'll just let me know when we'll get invited again. It's been a couple years. Just so you know.
This conversation might lead to that. All right. One more on the money side with the Red Sox. What do you think of the Roman Anthony extension?
Absolutely love it. When you meet this kid, I'm not just saying that. When you meet this kid, he is the most mature, level-headed 21-year-old I've ever seen. Year and a half ago, I have a son that just left high school. He's going to play junior college now, and very similar body types, left-handed hitters. Okay, got it. So I had him. I said, "Tell Canyon how quick this happens." My son was Canyon. It's Canyon. And he looked at me because I was in high school a year and a half ago. And the first 3 months I stunk. And it's like things go fast. And you're hitting high school pitching. I don't care where you're playing at in high school. It's still high school pitching. It's 83 to 88. You might have a guy throwing 92, right? To see him, his first game, made the air under his glove. Next day, we got 42 outfielders out there and coaches trying to show him with the eye. Here we go. A ball went under his glove, dude. We made an error. Never said a word, never strayed, just sits right there, boom, 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 does his job. But he has the eye of the strike zone. He controls the batter's box. As young players, when you don't swing at balls, you're tough out. Roman Anthony, I'm a huge fan of not just because of the success, because he didn't come up just balling, right? He was kind of in and out of the lineup, and you saw this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him his ABs were awesome as a young kid.
So a lot of people say you left money on the table. So when you're 21, if your son was 21 years old, and a team comes to you and says, you maybe could make more. You could maybe 4 years from now make $400 or $500 million. But at 21 years old, a team comes to you and says, here's 8 years, 130, could be over 200. Are you telling your son to say no to that?
No, there's no money left on the table. That's just the typical hate of the society or basically debate. What money's left? He's 21. He just signed an 8-year deal. He's going to be 29. He's going to sign a $580 million deal. There's no money left. He's made 7 times more than you and I have in 6.5 weeks in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Like, there's no money left. Like, praise the kid. Congratulations. Good luck. But they didn't give that money because they didn't know the character. This character, the good family, mom, dad are there. You saw the sister. I know you did.
I mean, how can I miss her? She was in the dugout, basically.
Yeah, no doubt. Those seats are unbelievable. Great experience. But no, this is a good dude, man. Good family.
Mm-hmm.
You were never that uber prospect like him. You were never that uber prospect like him. What kind of advice would you give him, though, being a star in Boston? Because you are a star, you were a star, whatever you want to say, in Boston.
Yeah, no, honestly, God, it's really when you're just not drinking the Kool-Aid on anything. You're never as bad as you are, and you're never as good as you are. If you could find that happy medium, it takes time to find that. But you just meet somebody, and, we meet a lot of dudes. You've had a lot of teammates. There's good dudes. There's guys you're like, I call it. He is an eye contact, very engaging, comes over, shakes your hand. He's not a head down guy. He's very, very engaging. And so I'm in, man. I mean, you know how it is. If it's not, I'm out. I'm in on this kid. He is special.
Here's the outro. 80 grade runner, Kevin Millar. He's got 3 minutes to get to his tea time.
Hey,
hit it.
Craig, you're the best, dude. You guys keep rocking.
Thank you.
And I'll see you.
You're the man.
Let's go.
Have fun. Okay, KP, this is your first Arena Club experience. We're going to open a slab pack together. So first off, we're going to buy one of those $25 slab packs, and we get to see what is in the pack. There it is. The Grail, which is the best card in the pack and worth the most. There are some other cards that we're chasing, and you can see the entire lineup so that you know what you're in the running for. There's the Yamamoto signed card. Now, let's open up our pack and see how we do. We have ourselves a really cool graphic, and then a Shohei Ohtani 50-50 card from last year. What do you want to do? Should we sell it right back to them for 16, or should we keep it?
You should give it to me. I'll keep it.
Good answer. Fine, I will give it to you. Since the Blue Jays didn't get Ohtani, you can get this 50-50 card instead. Use the code FOUL, F-O-U-L, to get yourself 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase. Yes, you get to keep that card if you want it. They send it to you. FOUL at arenaclub.com/foul. Should we be talking about Colson Montgomery more?
Who did I tell you to make your home run pick yesterday?
He's got homer in 4 straight, 14 homers in his first 43 games in the big leagues. He's on the White Sox, by the way, if you haven't been paying attention. So he homered in every game against the Twins. And Byron Buxton asked him for a signed card. He said, sure, if I get a signed bat in return. And there's a picture if you're watching right now. And if you're listening, we'll explain it. Signed bat. Nice photo.
Cool. What big leaguers do.
What do you got on Montgomery? Is this a future star?
He hits homers.
That's
he
good.
Hits homers. Yeah, he's rocking the 1-2 in Chicago, too, so you got to be good if you're wearing that number.
I look at him, I'm like, whoa.
But, listen, these guys got a chance to be good. First-round pick, been a big prospect. Kind of last couple of years has kind of fallen off a little bit. They made some swing adjustments. He's doing better. He's got pop. Biggest thing for him is he's just got pop. And if he keeps hitting homers, yeah. But, yeah, he's got a chance. The White Sox are in a much better place at this time this year than they were last year because they have hope. And they have energy, and they have guys that are actually pretty good ball players instead of some of the guys that are running out there that you're like, why not just bring up the young kids and let them roll? And they've done that, and they've provided a little bit of spark and some energy, which is great.
Colson Montgomery's rating really well defensively too, Kratz. He's a top
I
of
was
the
just going
food
to
chain
talk
here
about
in
his
range.
hitting.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about his hitting. It's crazy. You rarely see a dude struggle in the minor leagues and hit better in the big leagues. So hopefully the big leagues is easier for him because so far he's making it look like it is. And he played in Charlotte where dingers were super easy to hit or are super easy to hit.
Hot corner time. One of the best pitchers in baseball this year is Nathan Eovaldi, a 1.73 ERA, 130 innings, and now likely done for the season with a rotator cuff strain. He said he was a little surprised when he saw the results, but it is not looking good for him to return. It is also very much not looking like the Rangers are going to make the playoffs this year, a team that many picked to do some damage.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you see the list right there. They've lost Eovaldi, Carter, Simeon, and Gray for the season or close to it. So it makes it really hard. They haven't hit all year. They pitch really well. I don't know if they still do, but at one point they had the best ERA in the league. So I don't know if they still do. I haven't checked the stats lately, but they're 4.5 back. They're 5 in the loss. Look at the losses. Forget the wild card games back. Like you got to look at the losses because you can't make those losses up. So. Yeah, they're a 500 team. That's what they've been all year. They're a 500 team with a lot of stars that just aren't doing what they should be doing offensively, especially.
Dang it. When you see Nathan Eovaldi get hurt, that's all I say. Like, people need to look into the numbers that he was putting up this year. Under 2 ERA. He's 35 years old. 35 years old. And this is a guy that, to me, I think he changes teams because of the fact that if you're in the playoffs, you can trust him to come into big spots. He's on a short list of big-time playoff pitchers. And they're not going to make it this year. I think they've been out. They've been on the outside looking in for a while now, but the numbers got close. They were a few games out. They were making a run, but the run happened when their offense was going. There has to be an adjustment there, and I don't know that adjustment can be made this year. It has to be made next year, unfortunately, and hopefully all these guys come back healthy from their various injuries.
I remember at some point early in the season, or it might have even been before the season, we were like, how many starts from Jacob deGrom for this team to be a division winner or be a
He's
really
made every one,
serious
hasn't
threat?
he?
If I told you Jacob deGrom at 37 years old has made 25 starts with a sub-3 ERA this year, you'd be like, damn, the Rangers are good.
That's what I'm saying. They haven't hit for 2 years now. The way that we think they're capable of. Maybe this is what they are. Maybe 23 was a fluke.
Sometimes hangovers can last a really long time.
Yeah. Watch one of those movies. I don't drink, so I don't know.
Right, but if you did, it could last years. It's lasting 2 years in Arlington right now. I will say they're pissed,
nothing like
of course.
your producer when you say something go like this.
Yeah. I mean, the Rangers are stacking cups. They're stacking strikeouts. They're not scoring runs, Kratz.
I think the stadium change. I think that's the big thing. Like, I don't even know what they're calling the stadium now, but the new stadium is playing so tough for these hitters. It is playing so tough.
Yeah, but they won it there in 23. They won it there in 23. That's 2 years ago. That's the same stadium, Globe Life.
And what did we all change? They didn't like renovate the new stadium. What did we change? I think they got the humidor too. I think something about that change made a huge difference there.
No.
And another team that had a really, really good offense that now their offense has kind of gone down a little bit. I think it changed more than people want to look into.
Who's the other team? Who's the other team?
Atlanta.
No.
Atlanta's the second highest elevation in baseball.
Yes, we know this. But what is it?
And now all of a sudden,
the humidor's been in play for more than 2 years.
I actually love all those conspiracy theories. Like, I get really excited about them. Because he'll throw out at least one a week, and it's fun.
So you're telling me the reason they can't hit at home or on the road is because of the humidor?
I mean,
they can't hit four-seam fastballs because the balls are more humid, so therefore they stay straighter. But if every team's using the humidor, every ball should move the same, right?
Okay. So they just stopped hitting four-seam fastballs? Adolis Garcia just stopped hitting 40 homers a season?
Age catches up to you.
They all got older. They all got a year older. Every team got a year older. Corey Seager's still in his prime.
Okay, he's doing fine. Marcus Semion's a little bit older now.
All of a sudden,
Jonah Heim got hurt. Jonah Heim got hurt. He's not as good anymore.
We have to bring Brett Boone back on and find out what he has observed over the last few months.
I mean, Evan Carter's been hurt pretty much since the World Series. Listen, they caught lightning in a bottle. I was on a team that did that in 2005. We caught lightning in a bottle, and everything went right. We won, right?
Evan Carter was ridiculous.
Evan Carter was ridiculous, but the whole Rangers team that year was unbelievable.
Adolis fell off.
That's what I'm saying. For 2 years now, Adolis hasn't been the same guy. Semien has really fallen off this year. Wyatt Langford hasn't been what they thought he'd be. He's a good player, but they thought he was going to be a superstar. No, he's still got plenty of time to get there.
Time to spend some money in the offseason for some bats.
Yeah, but they've brought in some guys.
Yeah.
Not bats. So Josh Young hasn't been what they thought he was going to be.
What? Seager and Semien was 4 years ago.
Okay, but I'm saying they brought in guys that were doing exactly what you guys said their issue is. They can't hit a four-seam fastball. Who are we going to go get? Four-seam fastball hitters. All of a sudden, they can't hit a four-seam fastball either?
Yeah, Jock Peterson is older. Jake Berger was in AAA this year.
I'm saying it didn't work. Something is not working there. And the stadium has to be affecting these guys in some way, or else, hey, you know what? Maybe we just need to look at 2023 as an aberration, and this is a 500 team.
Well, that's more of what it is. They just summed it up right there.
We said it about the Blue Jays. Oh, they can't hit suddenly with the renovations. Now they can hit this year. We said it about the Mariners. Oh, they can't hit there. Now they can hit this year.
Yeah, well, they went and got some good dudes that can hit.
That's my point.
I mean, Cal Raleigh's got 50 home runs in a place where you're not supposed to be able to hit home runs.
Randy Rosarena looks damn good, too.
Yeah.
So
listen, Globe Life is big. It is large, and you have to hit it to get homers out of there. It is a big park. It is a large park. And trust me, when you go in there and you see it and you hear the hitters talk about it, they're like, oh, man, you got to crush one to get it out of here. But both teams have to do that, and some of the other teams are scoring runs there against them enough to not help them win. And they also play 81 games on the road.
Their pitching
play 81
staff,
games on the road.
You do, but their pitching staff is has the best ERA, or had the best ERA in baseball. Watch how DeGrom is pitching. And Eovaldi's pitching. Two dudes that would routinely sit 98 to 100. Are they getting older? Yes, I agree they're getting older. But maybe Mike Maddox has helped them understand that, dude, balls are not going out of this ballpark. Let's pitch a little bit. And it's starting to work. Teams might have to change how they go after their offseason acquisitions. A team that spent over $500 million on two guys in Seager and Simeon to increase their offense. And maybe they're going to go just all pitching from now on.
It worked.
They won the World Series. You always say it doesn't matter if you win the World Series. It worked. They won a World Series. Boom. Move on.
I mean,
maybe they just had a great year and everything came together. Great. Yep. That happens. Stuff happens. Every once in a while, that happens.
Hard to create a dynasty in baseball. How many back-to-back champs since the Yankees a quarter century ago? None.
Oh,
tough game. That's why it's fun to cover.
Oh, wait. No, we don't. We haven't.
Yeah. Hey, Millar was just on. He said
Millar
parody
just said
is
it.
thriving right now.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, Josh Donaldson joining us on FT. Kratz, if you need to pay rent for your apartment and you're not getting anything for it, then you probably haven't heard of Built.
You have to pay rent every single month. Why not get some points that you can redeem for other things that are a lot more fun than paying rent, like flights, hotels, Uber rides?
That's right. And it doesn't stop there. Built is about making your entire neighborhood more rewarding. You can dine at your favorite local restaurants and you can earn additional points with VIP treatment at certain fitness studios. And you can also enjoy exclusive experiences that are just for Built members. They announce them every month. Built is turning a monthly expense into an opportunity to earn rewards and discover the best that your neighborhood has to offer. Your rent is finally working for you, and you can earn points on rent and around your neighborhood wherever you call home by going to joinbuilt.com/foul. That's joinbilt.com/FOUL. Make sure to use our URL so they know that FT sent you. Get after it. Good. Hey, Willson Contreras got 6 games.
Not hefty. Sorry, Bob.
Our buddy Bob Nightingale tweeted hefty. That is
if Robles got light. 10, why did he only get 6? Because it doesn't make sense.
And he's appealing, so it'll probably go to 5.
But if Robles got 10 for chucking about, why did Contreras only get 6?
He was attempting physical harm on an ump.
Yes.
Twice. They held him back. He looked like he was ready to punch the guy.
He had those eyes that you don't want to mess with. When you see certain looks and when you see looks and eyes, there are just times where you're like, somebody, let's grab him, and it's going to take a whole lot of us to find him.
But so now the precedent is set, Kratz. If you throw a bat at an umpire and it doesn't hit him, it's 6 games.
Maybe they deemed it wasn't thrown at the umpire. Maybe he was trying to throw it at Brant Brown's face.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. But like I said yesterday, maybe it was the malicious intent of it. Like this was just kind of like a backhand flip kind of, John. But I mean,
you can't justify this. Quit trying to justify it. You can't.
Well,
he threw his bat in the direction of the umpire. Everyone's trying to justify it. He didn't throw it as hard as Robles. He also hit his hitting coach in the face with a bat.
It's so dangerous when you throw a bat. And I think
in the middle of a scrum, you throw a bat.
It's also soft. Like it was the same thing with the Robles stuff because I've gone back and forth all week with fans who are like, "Well, did you see the background with the pitcher and whatever else?" And I'm like, "Totally get it. What was going on there with him getting hit was wrong. He should have charged the mound and slugged him in the face with his hands."
Not a bat ever, never, ever, ever.
Yep. we've got the bringer of rain, former MVP, 3-time All-Star, Josh Donaldson is with us. Go ahead. You could carry the combo you were doing right into this. AJ thinks you should have made $1 billion in your career.
That's exactly. Josh thinks he should have made $1 billion. I wish he would have made $1 billion.
I wish I would have. I don't think that I should have, but it would have been a lot cooler if we did.
For real.
You were paid handsomely.
Yes. Hey, I'm very grateful for. Oops, my microphone just came out.
No, it's just your earpiece. You don't need your Kratz. Kratz asked you a question. I'll just tell you what he says.
Yeah, I have a really good question for him, too. I have a really good question, JD, because you're done playing now. When you were in the locker room in Oakland, because you did play in Oakland, not Sacramento, one of your teammates told me after you'd have like a nice 3-for-4 game, 2-homer game, Billy Beane would walk through the locker room and you'd go, should have locked me up before. It's going to cost you an extra $1 million now. True or false?
I mean, that's like a half truth, probably embellished a little bit. It would probably be more along the lines of not necessarily after a game. We probably had that talk once or twice, like because I went up to Billy a couple of times whenever I first was kind of breaking into the big leagues, and I was like, hey, right now I'll sign a 5-year deal for $5 million. He's like, no, Josh. He goes, I wouldn't do that to you. And I'm like, well, why not? I'm like, I gotta. and
because your war is more than that, Josh. That's why.
And then it turned into like 5-year. Hey, I'll do 5 for 25. Like, no, Josh, I wouldn't do that to you. So then when I actually started playing really well, when there was some talks happening, I was like, I think you just cost yourself some money.
Why would they want to do that?
I mean, I think Billy at the end of the day, he had his intentions and his plans, but I don't think he probably took me as being too serious.
No, not you. You would never say anything that was somebody couldn't take too serious.
Salvi did a deal like that. You remember Salvador Perez did like a really, really small one, and then eventually they gave him more extensions to kind of balance it out. Yeah.
Longo. Yeah, but Longo signed before he even made the big leagues.
Yeah, they're doing that these days.
That's cool. I wish that would have been cool if they would have done that with me. That was cool. That would have been cool.
Hey, are you following what the Blue Jays are up to lately? They're trying to bring the mojo back.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're playing pretty well. I mean, I've been pretty busy with 2 kids and playing golf a lot, so I don't get to watch it that often, but they're playing really well from what I can see. And obviously I cheer for those guys in that organization. It meant a lot to me, so it's all anytime they're doing well is a good thing in my book.
What would your advice be for a superstar on the Blue Jays right now on what to expect for the postseason environment? They're not that they haven't made the playoffs since, but this is different right now. They're probably going to win the division.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, for the last few years, I think they've kind of had those expectations to probably try to take that next step and win a division, right? And then do some damage in the postseason, and that kind of hasn't went to fruition. But this year, it looks like things are in their favor from what I hear, at least in what I have seen. And I just know how on fire that city gets for Toronto baseball, and really the entire country of Canada is just massive Blue Jays fans. And I'm excited for them and excited for the players because it makes it very fun to come to the ballpark each and every day when you have that type of support from your fan base.
All right, game 1 is obviously going to be Joe Carter that's throwing out the first pitch, then probably Pat Henkin, but they're asking Josh Donaldson to come out to throw the first pitch for game 3. Do you do it, and how electric would that stadium be if you come out there?
I haven't even thought about that. That's a great question. I mean, I would definitely.
First of all, Bautista would be ahead of you. No offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Bautista would be ahead of him, Kratz. I don't mean that rudely, but Bautista, he could just walk out there and he just flip the bat, and then the catcher would have to catch the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Bautista is up there for sure. I mean, Bautista, obviously amazing player, great teammate of mine, and had huge years. I wouldn't step on his toes of saying one way or the other.
All right, I want to know this. People don't know this about you. You played third base, obviously, but you were a catcher.
Yeah.
How different is your life if you don't get out from behind the plate?
I definitely wouldn't have had the career that I had for as long as that I did. And not having to deal with pitchers all the time. I mean, come on.
True.
I mean,
That's
nobody
true.
wants to do that. I mean, it's like having 13 plus wives on a staff that you're just constantly having to deal with emotions all the time. So yeah, the mental stress of that is enough to probably keep you down, or to kind of keep you humbled to say. But for me to be able to move out to third base, I was always an infielder growing up. I kind of moved to catcher when I was in college out of a necessity for our team because we lost 2 catchers to the draft, and our coach came back because I was messing around right before I went to the summer ball, and our catchers were throwing like down to second base. I was like, that's it? Like, let me show you how to throw it down to second, just talking crap. And I was throwing like 1/8 down to second base, and I came back from playing shortstop in the Alaska League, and our coach was like, "Hey, what do you think about catching?"
Ooh.
And I was like,
Kratz,
"If you need me to."
Kratz, he's like the kid on certain websites that are throwing 1/7s out of nowhere, with no gear on, in front of home plate. They're like, "Watch me go!"
Well, you could actually check my footage, and you could check my statistics. I threw out like 40% of my base runners.
Oh, here we go.
So,
Here we
It
go.
must have been,
Yeah,
it must have been so good. Look, you moved to third base. You got better hair. You lost weight because you were fat when you first came into the big leagues, and you got faster. Like it worked out. You didn't throw 1/8. You were throwing out minor league dudes that had to run. Like, stop.
Actually, Elvis Andrews, I threw him out in the big leagues, and I threw out Ian Kinsler in the big leagues. Who's counting? I don't know, but I think you could actually go and check those pop times. They're pretty low. Go check him out. It would do you some good to get a little bit of education because the kid could sling it. Okay, the kid could sling it. It wasn't always on target, but I could sling it down there.
I like it. Hey, it's been a minute, not too long, right, since you called it a career.
Yes.
When you think about the career now, best decision you made, like, or one where you look back, you're like, that was the move. And is there any decision you made that you regret? It could be in any front. A team you chose to sign on with, a decision you made in a game, anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best decision that I probably made was whenever I went in 2011, I was kind of on the front of being like what they quote unquote in baseball 4A player. And I played the last month of the season out of necessity at third base because we had 3 catchers in the minor leagues in AAA, and AAA rosters are normally pretty tight. You don't have that many position players. I was like, hey, I'll go to third and go play over there. And I played third for the last month, played well, and then I thought that I was going to get taken off the 40-man roster, just because I've already burned 2. What do they call them?
Options.
I burned 2 options, and I was like, look, I need to go show some NL teams that I have some versatility.
Yep.
So I went and played in the Dominican Republic and played third base the entire time for Escogido, and first day of Major League camp, unfortunately for Scott Sizemore, but he blew out his knee. And I was able to kind of take that, get an opportunity to go over to third base. So that was probably the best decision that I made. And the worst decision, I mean, I'd probably be here all day. I mean,
no, you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I probably one of my worst of like where I felt terrible moments is I remember we were actually in Toronto. I was with the A's, and Darren Oliver had he was pitching. I think he's like he pitched for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like at the end for him, and he threw me a little cutter in, and I missed it. It was a hot day in the dome, and you know how we use the glue sticks. And I went to slam my bat down, and it flew out towards the pitcher, and I almost hit him, and I felt terrible about that. And,
nice guy, too. Darren Oliver's a really nice guy.
I know, and that's what everybody had told. I felt even worse about it. So, I mean, hopefully, Darren, if you're watching this, I'm sorry still to this day.
Well, you mentioned the A's. You brought up the A's. The A's are no longer in Oakland. You played in Sacramento.
Yes, I did.
When they were AAA. And now they're still AAA, but they're just the Giants.
Right.
What do you feel about Oakland leaving Oakland and then also playing in Sacramento, where everyone said, oh, it's going to be so hot, they're going to die on the field, and they were playing all night games, and now they're like, oh, it's been cool, so now we need to move to day games more. What are your thoughts on the Oakland Sacramento situation?
I mean, Oakland, it was obviously that was my roots coming up in the big league. So I knew how passionate that fan base was about their team, and still probably are to this day. But, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a huge market. This thing's killing it.
Yeah, we'll just take this.
Yeah. And so it is kind of, you feel like you're missing out on a team because Oakland has so much history in the game of baseball. But at the same sense, like, the game's a business, right? So they're trying to make better decisions for the organization. I don't necessarily agree with them, but that's just kind of what it comes down to. And in Sacramento, when I was there, I've watched a few games there. They've made some big upgrades. We had no batter's eye when I was there in Sacramento. So like guys that were throwing left-handed at 84 miles an hour blowing it past you. So I was kind of interested. And then I saw the batter's eye. I'm like, oh, cool. When the big league team here comes, you finally put a batter's eye in. And now guys are just hitting bombs everywhere. So when I played there, it was very fair to slightly unfair. Now it seems like it's a good hitter's place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And then you played for the Twins. They went through the selling everybody. You played for the Braves. You played for all these different teams. What stop was your favorite stop? And you can't say Toronto. I'm taking Toronto out.
Yeah, Toronto would be it. But, I mean, I had a great time in Atlanta.
People forgot you played for Cleveland.
Cleveland was fun, but I was there for a month. And they had already kind of wrapped up the division by that time. And they were kind of easing me back into it because I'd missed 100 games for a calf injury that year. And so, I mean, Cleveland was fun. I mean, I didn't kind of go into Cleveland feeling like I was like had a part for that team winning. So it's kind of like, hey, I'm here for the postseason, and then we got blitzed 3-0, and it's like, well, that didn't work out.
That's quick.
So I would say probably Atlanta would probably be probably the and I grew up watching the Braves, being from the South and watching them play pretty much every day. So, I mean, that was a big joy for me to be able to put that uniform on every day.
Same for me. I grew up a Braves fan. And now you had a famous incident one time about sticky stuff. And you hit a home run and you yelled at a pitcher about sticky stuff. Now they ban sticky stuff. Do you think you'd be a better hitter now without sticky stuff?
I don't know. These guys they're pretty electric. I mean, from some I'm not like sitting here. I'm definitely not the guy that's sitting here like, oh, man, hitting's way easier now. And when I was playing, I'm like, no, these guys it's electric. I mean, I saw a guy, just a clip of a guy who was pitching the fifth inning for the Reds, the relievers, on 102 with like a 92-mile-an-hour slider. It's like the game's changed, guys. And I'm sure if you went in that tent over there with some of the older players, they'd say, oh, man, they can't hit today. Well, there's a reason why the guys aren't hitting 300 anymore, is because the stuff that is being thrown in there is exploding. And you don't really have even less of a margin today than what you did even 10 years ago. I remember when I was still playing, and I'm looking at clips 5 years previous, and I'm like, I can't even watch those videos anymore because the stuff's not the same.
True.
I got one for you on the Yankees. So this has been an up and down year for them. We talk about them a lot on this show, specifically related to Aaron Boone. I would say our show supports him more than most do. What was your experience like there? Do you feel like it's incredibly different to play in that environment versus anywhere else that you played, right? Because
I mean, New York is extremely difficult to play in, especially for myself. Like, I didn't really play that well. So whenever you don't play well in New York, you know that you're not playing well.
They let you know.
Yeah, they let you know about it. And it's playing for the Yankees. I'll just say this. Every team hates the Yankees that you play against, right? And so versus other teams, like when I was with the Blue Jays, like we'd go into town and it wasn't like people hate it. I mean, we were really good. People probably didn't like us because we came in and played really well against them and they were ready for us to leave. But the Yankees, they just have such a history in the game of baseball. They have the most fans in baseball. I mean, everybody wants to talk about the Yankees. And rightfully so. I mean, they have great players there, and like the history of itself, a big part of why baseball is what it is today.
All right, let's go golf. Now, First of all, do you win the best outfit or the worst outfit? Because you're matchy.
It's all opinion, right? I mean,
that's why I'm asking you.
I went for it.
You did go for it.
I went for it.
I think it's working.
It is working.
Thank you. So, well, then there you go. Then I maybe it landed, and my wife helped me pick it out, so I can't take.
If she likes it, then you like it.
That's right. So I can't take full credit for it, but I wore it today, and I didn't play. I played okay today. But I at least felt like I looked somewhat decent.
You look sexy.
Thank you.
All right, by the way, your home course here. You should win. You have home course advantage.
Yes.
Did Clippard beat you?
There's also games going on. There's a game inside. John Smoltz is commissioner.
Yes.
And we've spoken to him on this show multiple times. And he said not only am I trying to win the pro, but he goes, I'm trying to beat Josh Donaldson. He said,
did
you
say
heard
that
it here first.
Yeah, he lost here today.
You smashed him today.
Yeah, I mean, he had 29 points. I had 34 today. I'm not like I'm counting or anything, but it's all fun. Though the biggest thing, and probably AJ could attest to this as well, when you're out of the game, what you miss the most is being in the clubhouse and the banter with the boys, and telling stories, and just kind of being in the boys club with all the guys. And then now a great event. Now you get to kind of intermingle all the sports together, and you get to hear stories from their perspective. They get to hear our kind of perspective on stories. So it makes it very entertainment. My head was literally hurting this morning because we had a little meeting last night. McCann had me laughing so hard, my head was still. I woke up this morning I had a headache still.
You had a laughter headache.
Oh my gosh! I mean, he just cracks me up. He's one of my favorite teammates of all time. He's amazing.
All right, it's got a clubhouse vibe to this whole event and experience.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, great to have you on. Good luck both in the tournament and against Multi personally. Like what is it? Yeah, so you beat him in day one. Are you doing total points against him or day by day?
We have like a 3 of individual bet every day.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you made
you're
some
up
money
5 today.
Up 5 today.
Boom.
Up 5 today.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, JD, good to see you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
the time.
having me, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Good seeing
no
you,
problem.
pal.
Good to see you too.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, busy day on the waiver wire yesterday. 6 veterans placed on outright.
Bro, what a
waivers,
shot.
DFA'd. Bob Nightingale reporting on it. The name that stands out for most, Carlos Santana. Didn't work out for the Cleveland Guardians.
No, and you know what? They're not probably going to make the playoffs. So if they have a young guy in AAA, they can bring up and let him have a little run here.
Well, he already lost playing time. Kyle Manzardo and CJ Kafis are grabbing all the playing time.
Yeah.
And for Santana, Kratz, I mean, he still can take a walk, but at no pop. This is nothing on him in his career. He's had a great run. But when they made this little switcheroo in the offseason, Carlos Santana is not Josh Naylor, Cleveland. Was it worth the pick and Slate Ciccone? I don't think so. Not in my mind if you were trying to compete this year.
That's the biggest part. Not this year. I don't think it was worth it this year. Is it later? They weren't gonna bring Naylor back after this season. Did they feel like this year was the year? They always feel like this year is the year, but they make decisions for the next year, which is the year. And this is why a team like the Guardians, are going to have some up and down times. Man, I didn't see Santana dropping off this much, but he did. And you see what Naylor's doing, especially now he's gone to Seattle. I mean, he made adjustments, lowered his strikeout rate, upped his walk rate. He's stealing bases. It's tough. It'll be nice to have because the Guardians have been in it for a minute here, and every little bit counts.
Can we show that tweet again? No? Okay. Sorry. I was confused. Sorry.
And they can't hit.
No,
the Guardians can't hit.
Carlos Santana's running.
And in the offseason, I was like, so same price, Naylor replaced by Santana. No thanks. Mistake.
Yeah, you're right. But they wanted to make that trade, and it didn't work out. Sometimes trades don't work out. Teams try to go cheaper, and they should have just kept her.
Yeah, and he was one of those heart and soul guys.
Naylor was the heart and soul. Big hit.
They messed up.
Huge presence in the room.
Yeah, I know they weren't signing him long term, but did that trade mean enough to you long term that it was worth not having him for a season when you are contending in a down AL that you just made it to the ALCS in? Make it make sense.
Can't.
Exactly. So Santana can get claimed. You'd have to pick up the $2 million left for him this year. He probably won't, but a team might pick him up for the league minimum.
Yeah, that was my question. How many of these guys get picked up?
Yeah. Joe Ross, $4 million, but league minimum. I mean, a few $100,000 left in the season, something like that. Better than box scores, we go live to our reporter on the scene in Pennsylvania for the latest on the Phillies and the Mets series. Erik Kratz, have the Phillies figured out Citi Field yet?
Yeah, they took down the speaker in center field. So it should have worked. I mean, the microphone in center field. So they figured it out, right? Came up on a losing end again. The concerning part, I think, for Phillies fans, which is probably the weakest part of this team, is the bullpen. And they lost another lead again. Yes, I get it. Luzardo, those are Luzardo's runs, but the bullpen in Citi Field has had struggles. Back to Jeff Hoffman giving up the grand slam last year, to Lindor, to last night, Johan Duran giving up 4 hits, 4 singles, which I think is a little bit easier to swallow than walks. Some closers, they give you the tightrope, and it's the walks, but this is, like, I hear the Phillies fans. They are like, we can't beat the Mets in the play. We have to face the Mets. We're not going to win. There's no way. We can't face the Mets in the playoffs.
It's concerning. There's no Wheeler. Diaz outpitched Duran. Diaz was great.
Diaz was
in
awesome.
The 8th, and Duran gives up
we all know
4 consecutive
Schwarber.
hits.
Poor Kyle Schwarber cannot hit Diaz. If you look at those numbers, you want to see some good numbers. Look at that number.
Home can't hit at Citi Field, and now
yeah,
of course
they took the microphone down.
Do you know what they're calling it? The boom mic, like a boom mic. They're
Oh
like
my
the
gosh.
boom mic.
Oh my gosh! You know when he said I effing don't like this place?
Yeah,
Should have said that about Citi Field.
and the mic.
Yeah,
But in all seriousness, should Phillies fans be concerned, or is it more of a Mets fans excited that this team's turning things around?
Are the Mets going to win? Are the Mets going to win the division?
They're 5 games back. I think they need maybe 1 or 2 more to win the season series. Still a tall task. They play each other again, though.
Yeah,
1 more to win the season series.
For the Mets?
Right. So then
Yeah.
if you do level up, then you get the advantage. I mean, still, Kratz, 5 games with a few weeks to go.
I don't think there's concern about the division. Look, if they lose the division, the Phillies have some serious issues. Their offense will go in the tank. All their starting pitchers will have gone in the tank. Like, I don't think they're losing the division. Do you want to beat a team that then goes into another city and plays lackluster? Yes. But the Mets clearly are getting up for the Phillies. Mark Vientos is hitting the ball to the opposite field now and driving runs in like he was at the end of last season. That lengthens their lineup out. They're taking their walks. They're taking pitches. Like, to me, yesterday, Luzardo had great stuff. He was 99 to 100 in some of the at-bats. His velocity kind of dipped a little bit. And then right at the end, when he got into some trouble, he tried to bring it back up. But, you know, the Mets weren't just all or nothing. They put together good at-bats. They're figuring out ways to beat this team, even after Bader comes up with a huge swing. I still think some of the underbelly issues of the Mets are going to be their biggest issues. And Helsley showed that last night. Their starting pitching isn't going past 5. And you don't need that in the playoffs, but you need it to get to the playoffs to make your bullpen healthy.
14 runs, 10 earned runs, and 10 appearances for Ryan Helsley right now with the Mets.
Hasn't been good. I mean, he's been a closer. Now he's asked to pitch the 8th inning. It hasn't been good. It hasn't been good, especially for a free agent year. He wanted to go in there and do well. And you know, they brought him in there to bridge the gap to Diaz. Diaz has been great all year. Diaz has been unbelievable. 1.5 ERA, 1.6 ERA, something like that. So, yeah, they brought him in. He just hasn't been able to do it. And by the way, Schwarber's 0 for 10 with 8 punchies off of Edwin Diaz in the regular season. In the playoffs, there's more. And some guy in the chat said he almost hit a home run last night. Yeah, well, I almost did a lot of things in my life, and they didn't work out. And then I struck out.
Hey, one more X factor here, in addition to the fact that the Phillies have lost 23 of 29 at Citi. And the Mets have really turned things around on offense, by the way. The most runs scored since August 12th. That's a solid 2.5 week stretch. They couldn't hit with runners in scoring position all year. Now they're second best in the month of August, right? So the offense is finding it lately. They decided, Kratz, that they did not do everything right in the offseason with picking winners pitching-wise. So they actually have done a really nice job of developing high-end pitching prospects. They go, you know what? We were thinking Nolan McLean next year. Let's call him up this year and give him a shot. 2 good starts. Jonah Tong has the best stuff in the minor leagues right now. Dominating in the upper levels all year. 20-something starts. I think like a 1-something ERA. Strikeout to walk ratio, elite. They did not think at the beginning of the season he was going to be a part of the mix for them in 2025. He's starting on Friday, so you might have a new looking rotation for the New York Mets.
I mean, if he does what McClain's done in his short stint in the big leagues, and supposedly everybody's saying his stuff is better from a command and a stuff standpoint. I don't know, whatever it's called, stuff plus. It's impressive. He's an athletic. They're both athletic pitchers. The starting rotation needs this jolt. And now it's going to be up to MayDay to be like, okay, you normally call up a rookie and you go, hey, we're not going to push it. We're not going to push him past 5. Well, that's their issue. They need dudes to start and do well, yes, but they need dudes to start and go past the 5th inning, go past their 90 pitches. So if MayDay can figure out a way to get these guys to throw 6 innings, God forbid 7 innings, this is huge. I mean, they want to win. So if you've done well in this organization, they're going to bring you up.
Yeah, the Mets are in. By the way, all you saying, the Reds, the Mets are in. Four up in the loss.
I didn't say the Reds are going to get them. I just said they're in the mix.
I mean, not long ago th're 1. Now they're 4 back in the loss. They're done.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
The playoff
I'll
field
say
is
it now.
set in the National League.
I'll say it now. Pretty much both leagues is set.
We're going to start doing post-mortem for teams. So you want to do Reds
Rockies,
well,
Pirates, White Sox, Twins.
A lot more than that.
There's a whole lot we can keep going. Cardinals.
Hey, let's get Carlos Mendoza, Mets manager, on Jonah Tong.
Carlos, have you guys decided to go with Tong?
Yes. Yeah. That'll be on Friday.
On Friday?
Yes.
What led you guys to make that decision after such little time for him in the minors or in AAA?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about him dominating the minor leagues. You can make a case, all right, it's AA, you want to give him a better look at the AAA level, but man, a couple of outings and, I think it's hard to keep him there, So here he is now. We knew we were going to need a 6th starter, and he put himself in the conversation, and here he is now. Going to get an opportunity for us.
I am all about this. Don't waste bullets in the minor leagues. And what's the worst that happens? He comes up and 2-3 bad starts? Okay.
No, you know what they should do? Make him a bulk reliever at the end of the game so he can come in and pitch 4 innings like the Pirates did. Like the Pirates are doing with Paul Chandler.
Fake Ivy.
Hell no. Throw him out there and let's see what happens. Why not? You got a little cushion. You got 4-game cushion in the standings to make the last wild card. Throw him. If he's been this good in the minor leagues, throw him out there and see what happens.
They just did this 10 days ago.
Yeah, and it worked.
And it's worked. Even think about this. For a team that has had to pick up some dubs down the stretch here, as much as you say the Reds are out, like you still have to pick up those wins. Nolan McClain comes in, helps them win games.
Yep.
Jonah Tong might do the same thing. Some of the offseason moves this year for the Mets for pitching didn't work out like they did a year ago. They have pitching prospects.
Yep.
That's the beauty of it. Sometimes Kratz will say with a big market team, they spend their way out of the problems. Actually, that this time they kind of did the reverse. They made mistakes on the spending side, but they've done a nice job of getting a farm system together, which is something they didn't have even 4 or 5 years ago. They did not have this type of option. Even 2023, our first year, right, where they had the massive team payroll and they missed, and it was one of the most disappointing years. They didn't have this in the can when Verlander got hurt, right? Remember, Verlander got hurt at the beginning of the year for them, all that. They didn't have this. Now they have this that they can bring in at the end of the season. And if these guys deal, they'll be starting playoff games.
That's a lot to be able to start playoff games in the big city for this team as rookie. You have 2 rookies starting playoff games. I don't know. This is also something MayDay said. He said, because we're going a 6-man rotation, you need more pitching depth in an organization when you have to keep guys on a 6-man rotation. Yes, it's an awesome luxury to have that you have 6-man rotation, all that stuff, but now you have to have more guys to be able to fill in that depth. It'll be interesting because this kid's fresh into his 22nd year of life. Like, he's 22. I don't think you need more time in AAA. To me, the numbers he put up in AA, he had a 1.5 ERA in AA. Go get it. You throw strikes, it's the same game. Just the lights are a little brighter.
Yep. I'm excited. It's going to be a fun debut on Friday. I'm a prospect nerd. This is cool.
It's fun to watch. Let's see what these kids got. I mean, everyone's so scared to Throw the prospects in, see what they got, man. If you think they're special, then they'll be special when they get to the big leagues.
And worst case,
he doesn't have a great start. But if you you look at the Mets rotation right now, and they get to the wild card round. Peterson's got to start game 1, maybe.
Probably.
Or Senga.
If
you're at home
right now.
Or
Senga's
you're not going to be at home though. They're
lately.
going to be on the road. So do you go Senga on the road? Do you go Peterson? Because if right now who would they play? The three seed who is the
could be the
Mets
Dodgers
right now. The Dodgers. Do you go Senga on the road against? In Dodger Stadium,
No,
Peterson.
I wouldn't pitch Senga until he gets
game
home,
3.
like Kratz said. And also, he's not looking as good lately. I'm Peterson game 1.
Then who?
Manaea game 2.
McLean.
Manaea game 2.
But do you want to go lefty?
Game 2.
Okay. I don't know. It's an interesting
I get
dilemma.
what you're saying. You split those two up.
Yeah.
So maybe it's
a 3-game series, by the way. It's 3 games. So you only got 3 games.
Peterson, maybe one of the youngsters.
And then Manaea at home or Manaea game 3?
Manaea game 3.
Because all 3 games will be on the road.
Yeah. I don't know. We got to see with Senga.
If it starts today, they're not putting one of the youngsters in. To me, you're going to get to see 5 more starts, if I have my math right, because they have 30 games left. You see 5 more starts of both of them, they could prove it. But I have a tough time saying they're going to throw one of those guys out there.
Maybe both. Maybe just go with both lefties. Aren't the Dodgers? What are their
Shohei,
splits? I got to look at the splits.
Shohei, Mookie, Will Smith, Freddie, Muncy,
maybe do
Oscar,
go lefty, and then go home.
You don't get to go home though. All 3 games are on the road, aren't they?
Oh, right.
All 3 games are in LA. You don't get to go home. So I would think you would go Peterson, Senga, Manaea / Kid. You don't get to go home. You play 3 in a row, and that's the advantage.
All right, we've got time.
I know. It's an interesting thought to start thinking of your Carlos Mendoza.
That would be a banger wild card series. Mets.
What about the other one
from the jump?
What about the other one?
Is going to be Padres.
Cubs.
Another
banger.
National League's like SEC right now. It's just different.
Although the Dodgers are only 1 game behind the Phillies. Can you imagine if it's Phillies, Mets, wild card round? I was there for the DS. It was crazy. Can you imagine Phillies, Mets, wild card round?
Phillies don't want that.
Oh, man.
At home,
Padres would be
at home. They at least have a chance. In Citi Field, they don't have no chance, Papi.
Hey, this is a Philly guy saying Phillies have no chance in Queens if they're playing all the games there. You heard it here first.
You don't want to hear that.
Just read the numbers. Read the numbers. I'm not even talking StatCast. 0-8 in their last 8 games. 9 of 10. 9 of their last 10 they've lost in Citi Field. 23 of 29. It's not good.
This is a good team for years. They're 6-23 at Citi Field the last few years.
House of Horse. Everyone has it. Twins have the Yankees. Phillies have Citi Field.
There you go. All right, if you're catching this afterward, let us know your thoughts on these 2 teams and what's going to happen the rest of the way. Mets fans, if you want to lay out your rotation for us for the postseason as of right now, we'll take it. And coming up, Brian McCann joining us on FT from the Pro in Bama. Hey, here we are. Did you see this tweet from Joe Buck? During the game in St. Louis last night, wow, welcome back to the 70s. This is what it used to look like. I was there, pre-Whitey Herzog, buying shag carpet ASAP. A major rebuild of roster and trust better be coming. One can only hope it's coming, right? Buena suerte, a.k.a. good luck. Hi, I'm Bloom, rooting for you. 17,000-ish.
Smallest crowd ever. Smallest crowd ever at the new Busch. Smallest crowd ever.
They're regular-sized people, but not a lot of them. The people in the crowd weren't small. How many there was, just to clarify it.
Yes. Bad, though.
But for Joe Buck, a guy who's St. Louis born and bred, this has got to crush Joe Buck to have to send this tweet out and have it come. And
fans said to him,
it goes back to the I'll say the smallest crowd ever.
Because they're protesting because they don't like the product on the field now.
It's not very good.
And the fans, he got a lot of fan replies like, hey, it's not us. And he's like, no, I'm with you. He's like, you guys are awesome. He goes, I see the message you're sending to the franchise right now. It's not good enough.
But it's going to take 3 or 4 years unless they spend money, which the DeWitt family has not been willing to do. So unless they spend money for Chaim Bloom, it's not going to matter. It's still going to take 3 to 4 years for them to get back. Because, listen, say what you want about Chaim Bloom, but in Boston, Chaim Bloom did everything that he was supposed to do. First thing they told him, trade Mookie Betts. Okay. I got to get whatever I can get. Connor Wong is the one player that came back in that deal that's been decent for the Red Sox, right?
Yep.
And then they're like, rebuild the farm system. Guess who Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, all those guys were drafted by?
Chaim Bloom.
Chaim Bloom.
Yeah.
He did what he was told to do. Cut the payroll, get the team, get prospects. We have prospects coming up, keep the organization sustainable. And guess what they did? Sorry, Chaim, you're not good enough. See ya. Wait, what?
Cardinals fans might be really happy about that coming up, because if they're not
That's
going
what they got to look forward to.
spend with the big boys, then you need to be able to do more with your farm system. And that's something that the Cardinals did really well for a long time. And remember, Katie Wu wrote a great story about how they dumbed things down with their player development and the time and the effort and the money that they were putting into that.
Well, what they were told is that the development every year, Mo Zalak was given a certain number, and that number was for the whole organization. And so then he had to try to build a big league team without upping the payroll, but he also had to try to. So what they did is they cut back on the minor league people in order to try to put more money into the big league team, right? So I heard they don't have a catching coordinator. They have like the fewest coaches in the minor leagues out of any team, which is crazy.
Yeah, they're working on fixing that. We've got 7-time All-Star and viral Eagle man at the Pro, Brian McCann, with us right now. So on TVs across the country, and on YouTube, all over all of our platforms, for 1 minute, we were like, let's just turn around and look at one shot.
The only shot we looked at all day.
I heard you. I was teeing off and heard you say, let's see what VMAC does on 18. And I bladed it. I didn't hit the shot I was looking to hit, and I thought I was long, and then I caught a groove low, and I got lucky there.
Were you like, oh man, AJ's annoying, and now I got to hit this? It's in my head, because clearly whatever it was, it worked.
Yeah,
right?
seriously.
Like, devil on your shoulder was a positive vibe.
I was looking to put it on the green and 2-putt. These greens are no joke.
They're fast,
yeah,
right?
and you got to know down grain, into the grain. I don't know any of that, so like I'm putting blind.
Oh, at the country clubs you guys play in Atlanta with Frenchie and D-Row, they don't have grain. They don't have grain. They have a butler that comes out and makes the grain straight all the time.
Poor me.
Yeah, what was you, B-Mac?
B-Mac and Jeff Francoeur putting to their heart's delight. They love it. Jeff, can you come out and play? No, I'm going to stay inside and play my Xbox.
I haven't played with Jeff in 3 months.
Well, he's been at 30A the whole time in his beach house in Pensacola.
He's got he's got 4 kids under 12. He's running around.
Oof.
Wow.
So how's life for you?
It's great.
What are you up to?
Playing a lot of golf.
Yep. I can tell.
Yeah, coaching my kids. I got a son and a daughter. My daughter does cheer, so I'm going to practice. And baseball ended, and now my son's into basketball. So we flip between baseball and basketball. I coach his baseball team, so it's I'm enjoying retirement.
Do you have to go to the cheerleading events? Because people that I know that have had daughters that have been cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So you go to the cheerleader event all day for 3 minutes?
Yeah.
And you just sit there you sit there from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and they do 3 minutes, like 1 p.m. and then you have to stay?
Yep.
What do you do to kill time?
Sit in my car.
You like what's the kill time for Brian McCann? Is it like just doom scrolling on the phone, listen to a podcast, rip music, take a nap?
I take a nap. I take my Sprinter van to we went to 5 locations outside of our city. Like we went to Louisville, Kentucky, Biloxi, Orlando, and I get in that Sprinter van and take a nap in between. But it's crazy. I mean, it's a huge business. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah. Are you watching ball?
Oh yeah.
Do you hear it from Braves fans like, what's going on this year?
They got hit with the injury bug early, and they've had some guys go down in big spots, and they just haven't really been able to stay consistent or get consistent.
I've got one for you. So I've been on some radio shows in Atlanta, and one time I guess I pissed some fans off because I'm like, Braves fans, you're jaded lately. The team's in the playoffs every year. You keep your players, for the most part. Freddie's a different story, but you've kept a lot of your players. You won a World Series in the last 5 years.
No, they
most fans would take that
100%. But they have a great core, stuff to build off of. I mean, Michael Harris has gotten really hot. That gives them an extra bat to lengthen it out. I think that's kind of what they've been missing is a couple bats to lengthen the lineup out. Where you got to have production from the bottom of your order. You can't rely on the same 2 or 3, 4 guys every night.
Snit coming back. You played for Snit, right? Didn't you play for Snit in the minor leagues
and the big leagues?
Yeah.
Both. Yeah, he was my AA manager, and he's the one that told me I was getting called up, and he told me to come to his room, and when I was getting called up, no shirt on, no shirt on, hairy chest, and he's like, "Get over here, hug." Just some shorts on. So it was like that's a memory that I'll take to the grave, and you get the biggest news of your life from one of the best guys I know. So he's my favorite.
That's cool. Have you been watching Cal Raleigh this year?
It's incredible.
What the heck?
50, bro. He's got 50.
Yeah, I can't even wrap my head around it. And he,
you had a lot of homers, but 50's way more.
I hit 22. He's this is like he had that in April or May. Like it's crazy what he's doing. I went to the All-Star Home Run Derby, and he is so in sync. His whole body is just working perfectly together, and like he's not missing. I can't fathom it. Do you fathom it?
No.
I mean,
no, 50 homers, 50 plus
every day.
homers as a catcher is because most of the time, first of all, catchers don't get that many at bats to get to 50.
Yeah.
He has DH a little bit, but to hit 50 in whatever 100, he's hitting a home run like almost every other game.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Especially, I told someone like I'm anxious to see August and September because that's when
slow down.
No, I know that's the crazy. I mean, that's when August like 15th would come around. I'd be like, I don't feel the same. And then you just grind it out through September.
Look at Will Smith in L.A., right?
Yeah.
The last 3 years, his second half numbers have just plummeted.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's hard to keep yourself up.
Yeah. The
And
position doesn't
stats.
get enough credit for how tough it is to carry a staff. And
I think Kratz will agree with us, too, because obviously he caught. But when they do like the OPS plus and the OPS against the whole league, it should just be a catcher-based staff. For me,
I agree.
Because you can't explain to people how hard it is what a catcher does compared to, you look out there and Frenchie's out there working on his batting stance, and you're back there chasing balls around, hoping that you don't have to chase balls to the backstop the whole time.
Hitting came second.
Yeah.
Like if John Smoltz, if you couldn't work with him, you're not catching game one of the playoffs, and so you had to make sure that was locked down, and then whatever you got offensively was a bonus.
Yeah, but how much did that heat in Atlanta bug you too? You talk about August 15th. I remember one series in August. We played against you, and David Ross was there, and he caught the day game, and you caught the previous 3 games, and I played the night game and then day game because Chooch was out, and both of you said the same thing. David Ross goes, oh, man, I'm too old to play these day games. They got to let that young guy, McCann, play. And the night before, you go, man, I can't be playing all these games in a row. It's too hot down here. So how bad is that?
It was a grind. It was a grind. But when David Ross was there, he was my favorite backup that I ever had. He taught me so much about the game, and we hung out a late night all the time and talked about the game and how to maneuver pitchers through games, and he's one of my favorites.
Hey, so a lot of times we'll bring on a former player and be like, actually, we just did that recently with someone like, oh, do you like the way this rule is now or this part of the game is now? Can't shift anymore.
Oh, my God.
Do you watch baseball now? Like,
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, my average went from 285 to 240, 235 quick. And then it was hard to change what you've done your whole life. And the cutter, I felt like I had to cover that first, and I couldn't go the other way with it. And if I had that approach, I was going to hit 12 to 15 home runs. Chipper pulled me in his room one night and goes, hey, like, what type of hitter do you want to be? You want to try to hit 300 with 15, or you want to try to do 280 with like 25? And I was like, I'll try 280 with 25. Yeah. I couldn't leave to the opposite field. Left center, my best ball would go to the track. So I had to figure out, and I was like, I could take that same pitch and pull that for a homer. So I sacrificed average for power.
And they would just create this vacuum.
When that first started,
it was not pretty for the fan experience.
And then in New York, it's so short in right field. It looks like there's 4 infielders over there. So there was not many hits over there for me.
It was crazy.
So do you think Royce Lewis just said the other day, he was like, I don't want to change mid-season because I'm giving up 30 games of arbitration numbers, and it was kind of a moment where he said the truth, but it was hard to hear a player say that. Would you have had to change? Would you have been able to change if the shift was implemented early in your career, say year 2 before you had a contract?
Yeah, when I first came up, my first 3 years, I was left center, and my average was better. And then as I tried to leave the opposite way, it wasn't happening, and I would have just stayed to left center. And I probably would have been a better player if I would have done that. I got too pull happy, and if I could go back, I tell people if I could go back, I would do what Freddie Freeman does. I would have hit every ball in BP and in the cage to left center field, and then try to pull in the game. But it would have kept my front shoulder tucked in a little better. But when I was in New York, I tried to hit a home run the upper deck every.
Why
pitch.
not? You missed one.
And
you missed them, and
I
they
was
go out.
getting booed in May.
Yeah, you did all right. You did all right there. You did okay.
Hey, the Braves are splitting playing time with their catchers pretty evenly. Do you think that's the future in the sport related to what you're saying? A lot of guys can't hang through the whole season, and then the playoff numbers recently for most catchers are brutal.
Yeah, I'd like to see them go back to our days of 130 games. If you're an elite guy, when you look around the league, I mean, it's the position is, it's in a good spot at the top, and it's a tough one, and I think that the framing has become such a big part of the game, and so splitting time, I'd like to see guys catch more if you're a frontline guy.
Can most of them handle it though?
I don't know.
That's the thing. Cal can. He wants to. Yeah, you guys did it. But AJ, you're around the clubhouse every week. You think most guys can handle it and want to? And
most guys haven't been brought up to do it.
Right.
They haven't. Like Kratz shaking his head. They haven't been brought up to do it.
I think 120 games a year is a good number for a frontline guy.
Yeah, it's just hard. Now it's 100. Now they look at guys and say, "Oh, it's 100."
Yeah.
You're going to get tired.
Yeah.
But I disagree.
And if you can really hit now that we didn't have a DH, so
True.
I was always coming to pinch hit in the 8th. But if we had the DH, I would have probably played 162 games. I think. I mean, I would have caught. I would have DH'd.
How bad was it when? Oh, was there anything worse than you caught a lot? I caught a lot. You'd be losing, and the manager would be like, "B-Mac, I need you to come in the 8th.
Yeah.
Try to get a hit, and then you got to catch you're just like, oh, what happened to my day off? Skip."
And then it's a mental, like when you go in, and then you go, you don't get the knock. You're like, all right, but you got to get your mind. It's more for your mind.
Yeah,
the off days are more for like us just sitting back. Yeah. But that was David Ross. He's like he said it all the time. My goal is to make sure you get a full off day, and he was the best. He was the best.
I'm impressed that your beard still looks exactly the same, and you haven't put on a pound since you've been done playing. That's all I have to say. I've just been watching. I've just been looking at the screen. Some people age. You haven't aged a bit. I thought you looked like you were 40 years old when you were 26.
Yeah, and you know what the crazy part? If you go back and look when I was in New York, when I had to shave, I looked like I was 15. So I got an ace in the hole when I get older. When this comes off, I look like I'm 25, 23.
Yeah, you.
So like when I get older, but I got a little gray. Yeah. I got some gray.
We all have gray now. Yeah, it's all gray.
You hold it for a while, and then you blitz everyone with the clean shave. Like, hey, I just went backwards 10, 15 years.
I got an ace in the hole for down the road.
All right, I got 2 more questions for you. One, Hall of Fame. You were on the ballot last year, right?
Yeah.
How many votes did you get? I know it wasn't 5%.
Yeah, it wasn't enough to.
I don't understand. For a catcher, and you played in the same area, close to the same area, you're a little bit behind me, but 7 All-Stars, 6 Silver Sluggers, World Series champion. And this is kind of a personal thing, too. Why are catchers so undervalued? Like, you look at Jorge Posada, you look at you look at some of the great catchers that we played against and around, and they get 2%, 10 votes, 12 votes. Why? Why is that a thing? Why don't they to me, they need to compare catchers to catchers 100%. Of every era, right?
Yes.
Because they'd say, oh, well, he didn't do this, and his OPS plus was this. But also, you played less games. You were getting the crap beat out of you behind the plate. All these things that they look at, your WAR is down. Well, your WAR is down because you don't play as many games.
Yeah. For me, I think what we did 30 years down the road is going to look way better than it does now because of what you just said. There's not a lot of guys that are playing the games to put up the numbers that we were able to put up. So I think down the road, when guys look at the game, I think it'll change the way they look at it. But I think right now, you're just in that era of, there's how many catchers are in the Hall of Fame?
Not many.
There's like what? I don't.
It's like
I don't
the
know
lowest
the number.
That and third baseman are like the lowest.
But yeah, it doesn't get the. I don't know. I'm with you. It should all be just compared to us, to the catching position, not first base and
20.
Yeah.
Game's been around a long time. 20. It's the second fewest.
Third base, right?
Third base.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What
was your other one?
Oh, mine's on golf. Can I ask a golf question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. First of all, they want to know easier to catch: Smoltz, Hudson, Tanaka. Who was the easiest? CC. Who was the easiest guy?
The easiest?
Yeah, not the toughest. We can name a million guys that are tough to catch.
Out of those guys you just mentioned.
Was it Maddox because he threw 82?
I never caught Maddox.
You never caught
Maddox? No, I never caught
Glav?
him.
You catch
I
Glav?
caught Glav.
He had to be easy to catch.
He was.
He was like
he didn't have to move your glove.
Yeah.
He literally like the sinker ballers were tough. The lefties for me were the hardest. The cutters in and holding that. I worked better to the right than the left. So like to hold that cutter, anything coming this way, I did well, but anything going that way, like my hips didn't work to block that slider down this way. CC was hard for me to catch. But I just, those sinker ballers, when you don't get that bottom of the zone, you don't stick it, and you get that look, and you're like, all right, dude, my bad. I'll get you. I'll get the next one. But, Huddy would get that thing. He threw a one-seamer that just, you'd have to get under it and really, really fight. Hey, here, I got a question for you. Do you think if you caught on a knee your whole career, you would have played longer?
I mean, I played 19. I don't know.
I know, but do you think? But
I think it would have been different. I don't know. People ask me that all the time.
Your body would have hurt. I think I could have played a couple more years if I
probably could have stole a couple more years at the end.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know. You never know. It's easy to say that, but also, dude, they're so exposed. Like the lower, there's so much more body exposed. Like I always tried to like hide behind my shin guards.
I did too.
Right, I was always like, all right, let me see. I'm trying to hide behind my chest protector, my shin guard, so the ball would hit something that was protected.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everything is out.
My last year in Atlanta, I worked with Sal Fasano all spring training to do the knee, and then I was calling a game in spring training, and I was like, I'm more worried about my setup than like getting the reaction of the hitter, and so I was just like, I can't do it.
All right, can you win this thing, golf-wise? We saw you make the eagle.
No,
can't win it.
No.
How many points?
28.
That's good.
I'm looking to get top 20. That was my goal. Top 20 finish with all these great golfers. Like, I'll be very happy with it.
How much have you improved? Okay, because we played together golf. It's been it hadn't been 10 years, but it's been 7 or 8 years, and I played with you, and it was
wasn't great.
It wasn't great. Okay, you played the big high with Skippy, your caddy. Remember?
Yeah.
And now I look and I see you making eagles on 18.
My driver's gotten better.
You never hit driver. You always hit 3-wood.
I know. So I'm hitting my driver now. That's like my best club in my bag. I don't hit it far, but I love it. My kids go to school and I go right.
Is it true? Frenchie told me that you just go as soon as your kids leave. You have a simulator in your house. You just go downstairs and you just hit balls in the simulator all day long.
No, I go to the court, but I'm on the simulator I go on the simulator when I'm struggling.
Oh,
like but I'm at the course a lot.
Simulator at night, right? Isn't that more of a nighttime?
Frenchie said he goes there anytime he has 2 minutes. B-Max down there whacking balls in the simulator.
I am.
Oh, that's 1 minute. You can go down there and you can
turn it on and let's go.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, B-Mac, thanks for joining us.
Thanks
for being part of the experience for us here, calling one shot.
We can't call another shot ever.
Did you get it on the camera?
I don't know if we have it on camera. There was a drone watching.
There was a drone too. There were cameras on you. It's almost like you were back in the big leagues, like ninth inning clutch moment. Yeah. Everyone's watching you for 1 second, and it worked out. So
I hit it and looked at you.
Put it together.
You were like, it's in. I was like, no way.
It rolled nice. It was nice. It was nice. One hop, little roll. It was perfect.
Yeah. Right. It took some time. Yeah. Right. You didn't think it was going in, and then it dropped down. It was nice.
I knew it was going to be close. I just didn't know how close.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thanks, B-Mac.
Thank you,
to
guys.
see you, man.
Kratzy, good seeing you.
Good seeing you too, Kate.
Here we go. BetMGM Locks. That's a tough day.
Hunter Brown, he got him.
Just keep reminding everyone, the first 2 years we were in the plus.
I'm going to be in the plus by the end of the year. Don't worry.
It is not easy to finish plus every year.
There's a reason why they build casinos weekly in Las Vegas.
Easy. Yeah. If you're winning every single year, call me. Pap's up. We'll get Pap's pick later We'll start with Kratz's pick.
My freaking over should have hit. He had 70 pitches with 5 punchies, Luzardo, and they didn't get out of the next inning. Anyway, but that's why we play it. It's fun. I'm going with the Diamondbacks money line, first 5. I'm not taking the Diamondbacks for the game because in Quinn Priester's starts, the Brewers have won 15 straight. But I'm going first 5. Ryan Nelson, a little bit of an edge over Quinn Priester. That's paying out at plus 110.
Boom.
Wow.
AJ's up next.
Here's the thing. You know that the Brewers have won 12 in a row when Quinn Priester started. 11 or 12 in a row
15.
games. So just
15. 15 in a row. That's why I didn't take the whole game. Just the first 5.
All right. Well, all right. Am I going? All right. I'm going one game. Houston, Colorado. I'm taking Houston money line, and I'm taking over 8 runs because Dolander's pitching, and Framber hasn't been very good. But I think Houston will win since they lost to Colorado yesterday. They need these games, and I think they'll score a bunch of runs, both teams, over 8. That seems like a low number for that game, but I'll take it.
6-1 yesterday. Astros are going to be like,
Astros are going to score today. Guys, we can't lose this game.
It's the Rockies. You want to do mine? Like, do you want to do mine? Because you know what mine is.
Okay. He's going against the White Sox. That has not worked out for Pap. That's why he switched now. So, yeah, he's going Kansas City again. He lost yesterday. Lost 2 days in a row, actually.
I'm going money line this time.
Oh, every time you get a little more scared.
Back.
Little more scared of the Colson Montgomerys. The fighting Colson Montgomerys.
Minus 125. We'll go 375 to win 300.
Let's go White Sox.
Ryan Bergert tonight.
Let's go White Sox.
The line on that slider. I don't feel amazing about it. It's not a 5-star lock, but I'm tripling down. Savali, cutter or no cutter? Does he have the command of it?
I don't know. Let's go White Sox. Come on, Savali. Traded you for Aaron Vaughn.
Kansas City, this is your season. You have to take a series like this. Their playoffs are right now.
Yes.
Your postseason is right now. Tonight, you have a playoff game. The Royals have a playoff game tonight. It's August. We found an article that we're going to read to AJ. It's from our buddy Jim Bowden in The Athletic. The biggest concern for each MLB contending team down the stretch. I will present options to you in the National League. Then later we'll get to the American League. But we'll start with the NL. You'll have your options on the board. I'll read them out for everyone, and you'll choose one.
Okay.
Are you ready to play?
Are we role playing?
Board. No. That's more of an off-season thing when it's cold and lonely in the winter. But right now, it's the summertime, and we're going over those contending teams. So let's throw it up there. I'm going to read the National League for you and give you your options. The Brewers, here's one concern. Lack of home run power. Phillies, life after Wheeler. Dodgers, bullpen. Cubs, Kyle Tucker's summer slump. Padres, the rotation. Mets, the bridge to Edwin Diaz. And the Reds haven't played clean baseball.
Reds out.
Pick one that means something to you.
Phillies. I'm going to go Phillies. Life without Zach Wheeler. I'm going to steal Kratz's thunder because I got to go first. They still have Sanchez. They still have Ranger Suarez who's performed. Nola's going to come back and have a great last month, be pumped for the playoffs. And I think their bullpen with Duran, they're going to keep Romano out of it. And they're going to have the bullpen lined up nicely with Rob Thompson. They're going to slug their way. So is this a huge loss? Yes. But I think they have enough depth in the rotation. Now, if they lose another guy, I'm worried. But if they keep Sanchez, Luzardo, Suarez, and Nola, and if Taijuan Walker keeps going, which is a lot of ifs, I know, but I like the Phillies, and I think this is a big deal, but it's not the end of the season blow that people think it might be.
That's fair. I like that. Except it's just the same question I had said to Kevin Millar. Would the Red Sox be better with Rafael Devers in their lineup? Would the Phillies be better with Zach Wheeler in their rotation? Absolutely. But you can't do anything about it.
Kratz, your pick?
Brewers. What is the exact wording? Lack of home runs? Lack of home run power. I would kind of disagree with that because they have Yelly with 26. Churio will be healthy soon. 17. 15 for William Contreras, who has hit 13 of those since, I think, June 30th. I think that was the date. Then you have Bryce Terang, who has hit, like we said earlier in the show, 9 of them in the last month. And Rhys Hoskins hasn't been playing for the last 2 months. When he comes back, it's going to be another added boost to that lineup. And all that, to me, they don't have as much power as, say, the Yankees, who have the most home runs, but the Yankees don't have as many stolen bases as the Brewers do. The combination of both, they have enough power. I would say they have enough power.
But is it enough when I mentioned, and I heard you mention it the other day too, last 5 World Series winners have finished in the top 4 in home runs?
It's enough. It's enough because the question is, if that's not going to happen, then we should just eliminate the Blue Jays, we should eliminate the Padres, and we should eliminate the Brewers.
You just said it.
Ways. I think it's enough. In my opinion, I think it's enough for the Brewers. I think they're built enough to overcome.
Can they get over the hump? Can they get over the biggest question for the Brewers? Can they get over the hump? Hey, how we doing, pal?
Hey,
we got a surprise guest. How we playing?
Live smokes.
Commish.
Never guys ever think about being a commissioner. Just be the commissioner.
Don't play and be the commissioner?
It's hard to play and be the commissioner.
Is that why Keegan didn't pick himself?
It's exactly the right decision. I'm shocked how I'm exhausted.
You know, there used to be player coaches in baseball.
Who do we need to get over the hump?
The Brewers. Can the Brewers get over the hump?
With
the
mid-range power.
Yeah.
Because the last you work with Tom Berducci, the last 5 winners are top 4 in homers.
Give him your mic.
Play, speed, no strikeouts. They absolutely can get over the hump because they make it a nightmare on pitchers. They do. They make it a nightmare. And if they get the right matchup, they can get over the hump. I'm going to birdie this last hole.
Right. Who's winning your group? Witt?
Me and Witt are close. It's the worst golf I've played in a long time, but I'm so happy you guys are here.
We are pumped to be here, and we're going to have a good conversation tomorrow about this whole commissioner while playing situation.
Hey, get your rest, okay? Get your rest.
Finish strong for us, Smolty. That's the commissioner of the pro, live on FT, John Smoltz. That's fun. Hey, it's not his best round of golf. It's not his best week of golf. He is definitely working hard here to run the whole tournament, but he still has time to stop by. Where's the ball for him?
I think it's the close one up there. The one that's not marked on the green, it's about 12 to 15 feet. It's hard to tell because there's a hill, but 12-ish, 15-ish feet away short.
Does he get a burst of energy from a conversation with us?
You know what I love about Smoltzy? He said, I'm going to birdie this last hole and get ready for tomorrow. So he believes that he can make this putt.
And he probably needs it to stay in the mix. Joe Pavelski's leading this thing. Sorry, we got distracted for a moment, but it is pretty cool. I mean, we've got 80 very significant names out here.
Witt, I don't know what happened to Witt. Witt must have chunked his second shot.
There's a lot of baseball on the top 10, but not all baseball.
No?
Joe Pavelski, Marty Fish.
Oh, that is a good shot by Witt. Look at him. He's running. Oh. No, that's not a good shot. Never mind.
Scratch
that. Just kidding.
Anyway, we'll try and get Smolty tomorrow.
Rolled way past. Way past.
All right, ready to get back on track for a few more minutes?
I had the live drone
feed. What were we talking about?
I had the live drone feed, so I'm watching the whole tournament.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about
we're going to do
what
the American
each team needs.
And cue the American League.
We said it's Smoltz Day.
Tomorrow.
By the way, Rangers out.
Okay, but let me just read the list.
Mariners travel schedule? That's what we went with?
Hold up.
There's
There's people that listen to this on the podcast, and I want to lay out what we're working with here. Biggest concern for each American League contending team. Tigers not getting ahead of themselves despite their lead. Blue Jays, bullpen depth. Jeff Hoffman, ERA, by the way, is close to 5. Had another rough day yesterday. Astros, staying healthy. Red Sox, back of the rotation. Yankees, lack of defensive stability. Mariners, travel schedule. Hey, East Coast trip was rough for them. Royals, run production from the bottom of the lineup. And the Rangers, I'm not going to read it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It's actually the first or one of the segments earlier in our show. So.
True. I'm going Mariners travel schedule. What the heck are we talking about when they fly private jets? Everyone says they also travel way more than everyone else. So that's always been a thing for the Mariners is the travel. They have to travel. Their closest competition is Oakland. Oh wait, they're not there anymore. So it's now Sacramento. It's still a 2.5 hour flight. It's not like it's right up. People think, Sacramento and Seattle are right next to each other. It's still a 2.5 hour flight. It's kind of like Boston. Boston think, Boston and New York are so close to each other. It's still a pain in the butt to get there.
Who set up the Mariners, Kratz, with the East Coast swing they just did, right?
Oof.
And I think they went 2-8 or something. Now they got another one coming up this weekend. 11-day 3-city.
I saw them at the end of that 10-game road trip in Philly. And obviously I don't watch them all year, so maybe I'm just making a face-to-face judgment. But it was the second to last game of that series in Philly, and it was a close game. Watching the guys come off the field, they just looked exhausted. Maybe I'm over dramatizing it, but that's what it looked like face value in the moment. And I was like, man, why are these guys so tired? And I watched.
You get your ass kicked. When you get your ass kicked, you don't have a lot of energy and you look draggy.
It's an easy.
But you drag. It doesn't matter.
The
you
games
lose,
were close
you drag.
at that time.
Doesn't matter.
The game was close.
Doesn't matter. When you're losing, it's like hitting. Everyone's like, this team has no energy. Well, they've also got 3 hits in 4 games. So, no one has energy when they're not hitting and scoring runs. You lose. You had to go to the East Coast. You got a 6-hour flight back. Guess what you do? You're like, we lost again.
That's what happened. So, from April 12th through the 20th, they lost 2 of 3 to Baltimore, 2 of 3 to the Mets, and they were swept by the Phillies. Now, starting this weekend, they hit the road. 3 at Cleveland, 3 at Tampa, and 3 in Atlanta. Now, those are teams that aren't having great years.
So they should win those series.
None of those series are
pushover
series. Like Cleveland can still pitch and play pretty
Tampa's
deep.
still got some parts,
Junior
big pieces.
Caminera's
Atlanta still got some
homers.
pieces. It all depends on who you get starting pitching-wise for both those teams, too.
Yeah, those can be spoiler teams. That's not fun. They do have 4 Angels and 3 Rockies left in their schedule, which is nice. But it's a good call.
Don't they play
It's
the
not
Astros at the end of the year, too?
Mm-hmm. Damn it, I just clicked out. But Astros are on there. Dodgers are on there. So we'll see. Okay, Kratz, your pick?
My pick is the Red Sox. It's the back of the rotation. We're talking about for the playoffs, the back of the rotation. Who cares? Who cares? If you can find by the end of the season 3 good starters, I'll keep saying that. I get it. You need a 4th starter, and that's what it's going to come down to. But to me, Giolito's throwing well. Bayo's solidified himself as the number 2 in that rotation. And Crochet. I don't really care who the 4th and 5th guys are, because your 4th guy in Game 4 of the World Series NLCS is going to throw 2 or 3 innings, especially with a bullpen that has Chapman at the end of it, that has Whitlock, that has the 3rd best ERA in baseball. To me, I think that's the least biggest concern on the American League list.
Yeah, Dustin May can give you a few innings.
Mm-hmm. Dustin May can be really good. Playoff Bueller might step up and give him big innings along the way.
Playoff Bueller is different.
True.
We have 2 minutes left, so I actually want to point out the Blue Jays. I mentioned the relief pitching.
You don't get to pick, Scott.
I just want to point it out and see if any of you will bite.
Yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue.
Yeah. Hoffman has, I think, 7 or 8 blown saves.
Their starters are great. Can they score enough, and can they get – yeah, I mean, it is an issue. We've talked about it all year. The Blue Jays bullpen, can they solidify that bullpen somehow, some way? And that's a big thing still. It's not going away. It's not like they didn't do a whole lot of the trade deadline to solidify it.
Yeah, but were they big enough?
I mean, they went Bieber.
Arms.
They went and got Bieber.
Oh,
now, now, did they bounce a Lauer or someone into the bullpen to try to help out?
Lauer.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, Louis Varland hasn't pitched well, but he might turn it around.
Yeah,
he's had a great year up until the last couple of weeks.
Dude, I'm telling you, sometimes when people get traded to a new team, it's just everything is new. And when you get traded, you're like, I have to do so much better, because you don't. Just do the same. Do the same.
Mm-hmm. Any others that we missed, let us know. Obviously, we included all the contenders on here, but if there's something we overlooked from a storyline perspective, Drop your thoughts, nice or mean, in the comments. Coming up next.
Not mean. No mean.
And last, slap hands. You can be mean to me. Kratz can take a hit.
What's up, my people of FT, my BetMGM gamblers of FT? What's happening? This is boy Parlay Pap coming to you on this Wednesday. We're going to go with Framber and we're going with Shohei tonight, okay? So that means Dodgers and Astros. We're going to put them in a two-leg parlay. We're going to get even money, plus 100. Let's put 100 on it, and let's get that hump day cheese, baby.
He said it was hump day the other day, and I think hump day was like Wednesday's actually hump day if you're trying to figure it out. But Pap always is bringing the energy for you FT fans at the desk. Easy peasy. This is going to be a green day for us. We're all going plus money. I'm sick of seeing producer lady put the X up on the screen. But you know what? We can swing big. You can swing big on your next MLB parlay. Use the parlay boost token to score a bigger payout. If your baseball parlay hits, gambling problem or concern, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, but this is part of the experience. We're here having a good time.
Yeah, I'm drinking ginger ale. One was water.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's good for your stomach, ginger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kratz Hatz.
Especially after that dinner Mark took us to last night. Oh.
It wasn't. I know it wasn't seafood.
It was seafood. It was seafood.
Because I know it wasn't seafood.
It was seafood. Exactly.
Mark
got a burger.
You thought my hat was a Giants. You were way off. It's the Astros, the leading AL team in the West. Get it right. It's an easy thing to say. Just like Kershaw pitches well, the Astros win the West.
There you go.
There you have it.
Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to Lucas Giolito. There's a story inside the story here. So he was like, yeah, I was going for the no-hitter. Hell yeah. And eventually gave up 4, but went 8 innings. He's been dominant for the Red Sox lately. Shut down the Orioles. But there's a story inside the story.
What is it?
If he gets to 140 innings, he's a free agent. If he doesn't,
how many is he at now?
He needs 20 2/3 with 1 month to go and probably 5 starts.
He gets there.
Well, what if he has one bad one?
Doesn't matter. He's getting there.
Removed in the second inning.
Then he goes 8 the next time. He'll tell Alex Cora, bro, I'll throw 300 pitches. Just leave me out there.
Gets weird if you got heat. Good way to prep for the playoffs, Kratz.
Good way to prep for the playoffs. Pushing your innings limit coming off of Tommy John, your first season, so that you're ready for the playoffs. Let's put it this way. I'm not trying to write a storyline, but Lucas Giolito is needed for the playoffs. If he doesn't do well and they find out he pushed his innings a little bit, not going to be too happy in Beantown. Just saying, Jeremy Meyer.
Yeah, but if he's 5 starts, let's say it's 5, which it should be at least 5.
Yeah, that's 5. That's 4 innings a start, basically. I don't know. I'm assuming Alex Cora is one of the managers too, because I played for managers that didn't care about incentives, and then I played for managers that totally were all about, like, can I get my guys to get the incentives? And those are the guys you want to play for. No offense.
Yeah, he should get them.
Yeah. By the way, happy birthday, Jim Thome. Jim Thome's birthday today. Yeah, Jim Thome. Happy birthday. I don't know how old he is, but it's old. He's old, though.
It's older than you.
He's older than me. 600 homers.
Happy birthday, Jim. One of the nicest dudes. Did you know that the Dodgers lost Alex Vesia, oblique strain?
No, I did not know that. That guy was pitching
IL last night.
That's what happens when you pitch 135 games out of 136.
That's true. He's a workhorse.
Oh, Tommy's 55, according I was told.
Plus tax.
55.
Vesia was one of the guys that I think was hurt by the fact that they've kind of been holding other guys back. Not saying that he wouldn't want to pitch, but if you're not even at the end of August yet and you have 60 appearances, that is a lot of appearances. And he was one of their guys out of the pen. I think he even had like 4 or 5 saves at this point in the season. Like, he was getting meaningful innings because Trinan's been out, because Tanner Scott's been out, because Kopech's been out. So this sucks. This is why they have such depth to try to keep guys healthy. It's a big loss right now, but he could probably 5 weeks of the playoffs. I'm thinking 2 to 4 weeks, hopefully, and he can be back.
I hope so. I like him. He brings
really
intensity. He's really fun to watch.
He can be really good, but he can also be really bad. And when he's really bad, he kind of melts down, which is also fun to watch.
He is.
I don't wish that on anybody.
Passion on his sleeve.
Yes, awesome.
He's cool. All right, Greg Maddux on the show tomorrow. John Smoltz on the show tomorrow. Maybe Phil Nevin.
Nev's in.
The pro in Alabama with Cody Ross as well, maybe. We'll see you then.
Cody.
We're still here.
Still here.
Why on a Wednesday?
I ask that question every day. Why?
Just in general?
Just why?
Yeah.
Thought the show ended, but we keep going.
I'll tell you why. Trevor May, Wednesdays. Get used to it.
I thought it was Mondays.
It changed.
Oh.
My world has changed.
Shows you how much I pay attention.
Trevor May, Wednesdays. But you love Trevor.
I love Trevor.
It's our pitcher.
It's not a Trevor.
No,
it's not a question of whether I like Trevor.
He doesn't read Ken's articles.
Nope.
He doesn't watch.
Don't read the rundown.
Other FT Network shows. Actually, he does sometimes, but
I don't read the rundown.
Doesn't he have to change?
The lady hates me.
Doesn't he have to change the name of his show then? Because he solidified MayDay as Monday. You can't just be like, oh, now I want MayDay to be Wednesday. Like he said, MayDay is my day. MayDay is going to be Monday. So what the MayDay 2? MayDay.
I kind of like it on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
It fills out the FT Network schedule better because we finish here at 2:57, now 3 o'clock on Wednesdays. Yeah. And then you don't even have to flip to another YouTube channel or Let Us Auto because it actually will go right to
Kratz.
Trevor May's show.
Kratz, before we go, I have to ask, I just have one question for you. If you were on a trip for 5 days, would you pack 2 days worth of clothing?
No, why?
Because
sounds like a riddle.
There's a person on our trip, Michael, and you know Michael. He knew he was here for 5 days. He ran out of socks yesterday on Tuesday, and he sleeps in his socks. So then, therefore, he didn't know what to do. So we're at dinner last night, and he goes, oh, I don't know what to do because I can't wear dirty socks to sleep in, but I have my – so what do you do? Bro. And then he's like, then he goes, the laundry is $3 for a pair of socks, and I can't afford that.
I mean, at $3 for a pair of socks. One, I think, AJ, you should
just go buy
pay for his laundry. 2, he could buy a brand new pair of socks. 3, he should have 10 pair of socks. That is disgusting if you're wearing yesterday's old socks in your sheets. Disgusting to even wear socks to sleep. Michael, clean it up.
This is slander. This is not an accurate representation.
What do you mean that is 100% accurate?
They're talking about your socks for the last
And how you underpacked.
We're still live on
Yes.
the air. Who do you think brought it up? Come on, he's pointing to me. Wait, but I'm trying to clear the air because we have 30 seconds left, and then there's real baseball talk with MayDay, Trevor May. We gave you 2 hours, 58 minutes of good stuff. Or no, 1 hour, 58 minutes. They were trying to say, oh, if you wear your socks during the day and then you wear them in bed. No. There are separate socks during the day. Then the swap
But he can't
to the
sleep
bed,
he can't sleep in the
during
same
the
pair of
day.
socks more than one night because they're dirty.
He said
Gross. It's just
feeternasty.com. Don't go there.
Just don't. Just don't wear socks at all.
Kids.
Their socks right in the pro shop, right in there. They sell socks. Boom. Go get them.
AJ, get him a gift. You didn't get him a birthday gift. Get it for him.
MayDay Wednesdays.
I roomed with him. That was enough.
There it is. 3 o'clock every Wednesday. Trevor May talking ball. I know he's going to get into thoracic outlet surgery, which is very serious. Some have recovered, like I think Merrill Kelly. Many others have not. What will the future hold for Zach Wheeler? And many more topics with Trevor. Super smart. He's not going to mention socks once. See you tomorrow.
#27th. I have been away for a couple weeks, taking some much needed R&R. I put that in quotations because I did not relax.